Hello, this is Hugo Ortega and we are going to create Chiles en Nogada. It's the season for it, so we're going to celebrate one of the most iconic dishes from Puebla. We have some pork shoulder over here that we're going to scoop and then we're going to shred it. We've been simmering for approximately 2 hours. We're going to let it cool off a little bit and then we're going to shred it and make sure the shredding is even, like this. We need to remember that this pork is going to be mixed with the fruit and also eventually it will be the stuffing for the poblano pepper. We have some onions over here and garlic that we are going to saute and start sauteing. Okay, so our next step is the more fun. We're going to chop some fruit. And right here I have a peach. The best way to cut the peach, just go in half and then split it. And then you're going to cut again where the seed is, split it, and then you put the seed out. And then we're going to dice the fruit. It's going to be sort of like medium dice. We want to keep everything even. That way the fruit will cook evenly. Bring some tomatoes and the diced fruit to the pan. Once we have a tomato and onion sauteing over here, the next step is to add your fruit. Bring the pork over here to the pan and start cooking it with all the fruit, onions and garlic. And this is when all the flavors beginning to develop. Our next step is to bring some raisins and almonds. And we want to pour over the mix some raisins. Incorporate it. Once our mix is cooked all together, we're going to season. And for that, we're going to need some salt. Our next step is to roast the poblano pepper. Okay, on a high flame, you're going to roast your pepper, and it's convenient for us to use rack underneath of the flame. That way you can char your peppers without any trouble. After we char the peppers, we bring it over here and we are going to peel. The best way to do that is just get your napkin and work yourself around the pepper this way and try to take as much skin as possible. When your pepper is been cleaned, then you're going to bring over here and make a little cut. And the cut is done in this form. From the top of the pepper, cut about, let's say 2 inches. And then the second cut is going to be, and this is by feeling, try to get the seed pad that is just underneath where I'm cutting. Then carefully you open the pepper and then you bring your seed pad out. The next step is to get your filling and bring it over here. Open up the incision that we make on the pepper and start filling up. You want to make sure you grab the pepper on this way, that way you can allow it to put the filling in the pepper. So once it's stuffed, you're going to tighten the pepper in this way. And that's our first stuffed pepper for Chile en Nogada. Now that we have our peppers ready, we'll start with the famous walnut sauce. And to recognize our ingredients, we have peeled walnuts that we peeled here in the restaurant. We're going to have some milk. Always start with the liquids, that way your solids will not get stuck on the blender. Then we have the sweet vermouth, your walnuts, queso fresco, cotija, and some sugar. The Nogada traditionally is creamy, savory, and traditionally we serve it room temperature. Next step is to dredge our peppers. It's good to know that you want to seed the pepper on the side the incision is, that way it sears. Traditionally you dredge the pepper on egg wash, but I prefer just dredge the pepper in flour. It's more light. So now we're done. So we're going to pick the last pepper from the pan and bring it out in the oven and finish it out over here. As the peppers are roasting, we are going to do our garnish, and our garnish consists on get the seeds out of the pomegranate. And I have a tip for you. We cut the pomegranate in half, and then we're going to get the seeds out of it. After 10 to 15 minutes, it's time to bring our peppers out of the oven, and we're ready to garnish. We're going to arrange our peppers around this plate. As we continue to garnish our peppers, we're going to represent the colors of the Mexican flag. We put some pomegranates. And we add the last color of the Mexican flag, which is green, and the herb that we're using is parsley. As many celebratory dishes from Mexico, this is one more of them, and maybe the more iconic one, Chiles en Nogada. Buen provecho.